Hey interwebs, this is JackitK. Welcome back to another edition of my playthrough of Pikmin, and it's hype time. Because once again, I took about 60 million attempts, maybe closer to 6. But finally got a run of day 4 that impressed even myself. This was our first visit here, and we already got 4 of the ship parts that are there. Excuse me, because I was thinking 2 things at once. Thinking we got 4 parts, and I was thinking that we got basically a third, almost half of the parts in a single day. And I know speedrunners probably could do it better. Maybe I'll get there someday, but I am pretty happy with the run I had now, as is. So, I think between the amazing feat we pulled off on day 3 and day 4, I deserve a break. We got all 3 Pikmin types in the game, so we can go back to previous areas and collect the stuff that we missed. I'm gonna start with the impact site today because even though we will be on a time limit this time, considering we only have 1 part to get, it'll be a lot more laid back and we'll be able to build up our numbers. Look at that! Look at all these gigantic pellets sitting here waiting for us before we even start the day. Let me take a moment to analyze our area. Yeah, that thing is the only thing we need to get. I may even try to live commentate a little bit more than I've been usually doing. Yeah. It may seem preposterous that I'm gonna just ignore everything until we get the part. But trust me, when we get there, there's more than just a part over in that little water area. And it'll suffice us fairly well. I'm just so picking on what we need. I guess I could get started on growing some blues. That way I can actually leave them in the ground and have them have time to grow. Or we could just pull nectar from everywhere and make do with that. That works too. How do I get up to those 10 pellets? That might be something I have to get on our way back. Never mind that. So we're gonna need blues and we're gonna need yellows today. I don't think we'll need too many yellows though. And I'll take some reds because we won't be doing too much fighting. But it will be useful to have them, especially until we get our blues numbers up a little bit more. Well, what's this random pellet doing here? It's blue, so you take that back, good sir. Oh yeah, I don't know. I probably have talked about these. I've always ignored these guys. And you guys are if anyone's watching it, you're probably yelling at me in the comments for doing so. But trust me, I just had so many other things of higher priority to take care of, besides hitting these guys. They just had to ignore them. Didn't really have a choice. That was dangerous territory. I didn't want to get too flingy crazy there, because maybe I would have picked up a guy. He would have picked up a bomb, and I call him back, and I realized he picked up the bomb, and then throw him again while he's holding the bomb, and knowing the AI and these things, they probably would have thrown the bomb at the flint beetle and destroyed everything. I do not have good fate in my Pikmin parties after what happened last time. And you, sir, I thought you were gone. That's the only reason why. Oh dear. I know the flint beetle is good and gets us lots of glory, happy goodness, but we have a mission today, guys, and we can't afford to get distracted. Did at least all the bomb Pikmin make it up? Yeah. I'll come back for the rest of you guys later. We still have some bomb rocks left over. And here's our only enemies we gotta worry about today. I forget their official name, but they're clams. You have them attack the pearl, and you get the goodness that's inside them. Let me try something, because I haven't experimented with bomb rocks in a little while. see how much this does. Yeah, I didn't even need reds today. That worked on its own, and this little fella there is worth a ton of Pikmin. I forget the exact amount. I'll pop it up on screen or in post commentary. Don't worry about that. But it is very, very good. Unfortunately, I wish I had a few more blues to work with. I don't even think I have enough with me to get that. Oh good, that's not in the water, so you know what I'm gonna do? Multitask powers active. You know, multitask powers would activate, but I still have one more bomb rock. So why waste the time having Pikmin do that when we can have a good head start on it? Yeah, we'll have the Pikmin work on that, because this will definitely be a bit of a process. Basically how you are supposed to fight them is you call Pikmin down there. Right before it slams down, you call them back. If you don't call them back soon enough, they will die. So it's a matter of how greedy you want to get to try and make the fight speed up. Do you want to go as fast as you can, or you want to play it safe so you don't have Pikmin die on you? Finding that happy medium is fairly good. And bad, I am being bad. I'll be honest, I have no idea how no one died from that. I got really greedy. But we did it, and with no Pikmin deaths. I found the Processing generator. By combining batteries with solar cells, this machine can generate incredible amounts of electricity. What a timely find! Those instant space noodles will taste better heated up. Unfortunately, this is in the water, so we'll have to come back for it. Thankfully, we got a nice fine pearl right over there. Could probably use that to actually get some stuff. You know what? Yeah, we'll do that, because we really need to get our blue numbers up a bit more. In worst case scenario, I could always have Pikmin come back and actually get... I can always take one of these pearls out of the water enough with blue. I can use my blues to get just enough out of the water so I can carry back with another Pikmin, is what I'm trying to say. Have you guys figured out yet why I usually post-commentate this stuff? But I can tell you right now, when we get this pearl back to base, that 85 on the bottom of the screen, I wouldn't be surprised if it shot all the way back up to 100. And beyond. See, we're at 182 now. They'll get that pearl back eventually. Yeah, I wasn't paying attention to how much it was, but it's definitely well above 100 now. And that's what matters. So, who do I want this to carry it back? Let's see, we still only have 35 blues in the onion. I could swear we'd have a few more. I'll still have Res carry this back because, honestly, yellow Pikmin in this game are best for utility. If that. And I think the pellets that we have laying around here are going to be more than plenty to do what we need to do. So let me get some of you guys back so I can actually better plan how we need to go for the rest of the day. Because once we get this back, it's just going to be farming, both in the gamer term and in the literal sense. So I'll probably just speed up the rest of the day and post-commentate some things. I haven't had a chance to add some topical stuff to these commentaries in quite a while. And I think it'd be better to do it in post anyways, because I don't plan on editing these for quite a while after I record them. So maybe the stuff will be less outdated if I post-commentate that particular section. Question is, do I have enough yellows to get that pellet? Because I'm actually thinking I might as well do that while I had it in my sights. No, I didn't check to see if I had enough yellows, but I guess we'll find out soon enough. Nope. But I know we had a ton of Pikmin just fall on the ground here. Not as many of them were yellows as I was hoping, but them's the breaks. And I think we still have 49 blues, which should be more than plenty to get that part back to base. And I might need to do a bit more exploring to see if I can find any more nectar. That I may have screwed myself out of the opportunity at free nectar though by ignoring those flint beetles. But we'll see. Oh yeah, this should be plenty to work around with. How many does that need? If I divide this right, we should have enough for both that pellet over there and getting this part back. We are almost at the grinding part, the farming part of this particular episode, and I am way more happy about that than I should be. I knew I had some more blues around here somewhere. Alright. I guess start fast forwarding the farming. Am I really gonna reset on this day of all days just because I got too cocky? Dang it. If I left Pikmin behind... Oh my god, I left Pikmin behind on the freaking grind day. I thought I got everyone. Oh my god, yeah, I'm definitely resetting. I am sorry. I mean, we'll save, but I am going back in time and redoing that, because there's no good excuse to lose Pikmin in this area. That's just sad, and I apologize for my incompetence. And now, it's grind time for the third time. Yes, there was a second time that didn't make the cut. Because I just can't play this game normally, apparently. I have to restart if things don't go good enough. I do want to implement some things into future recording sessions, just to save myself a little bit of sanity. Granted, I've already recorded quite a bit about the second last world of the game. I'm about halfway through, and honestly the final world / area takes 2 days tops. There's not that many ship parts in it, we'll just say. So I only bring all that up because it may take me a little bit to actually implement a more strict retry system, but it is in the plans for the future. I don't want to exactly go with every single punch, like, I do want to give myself some freedom to try to play this game to the best of my abilities. And honestly, if you do like to play the game just going with the punches, that's perfectly fine. But the reason I'm less playing Pikmin is because I want to highlight the things that appeal to me about the game. The reason I keep coming back to it over and over. Focus on the reason that I keep playing it. Pretty much, Pikmin is one of those few games that I've yet to cover that I have a lot of backstory to. Hopefully I'll get a chance to talk about it every now and then and not just focus on trying to do things as strategically as possible. But that's part of the reason why I want to just speed up this section. If I had to summarize the magic of the Pikmin series to me, is that it appeals to the perfectionism in my brain in a positive way. A lot of times when I get stuck on trying to do things the best I possibly can and get obsessive over it, it's stressful. Not really with this game though. Like, I am very tempted to reset, because there was no good reason for me to let the Pikmin go waste like that. It didn't deserve to die. I was way too careless, and I have the power to just hit the renew the day and try again. The game has nice short dividers, it's simple to learn, and I would say hard to master, but it's more just like there's always room for improvement. There's always ways to do better than you currently are doing. And those are the big things that appeal to this game for me. Or should I just say the series as a whole? It just seems like those particular elements seem to get better in every installment. Yes, I am including Pikmin 2 in that. Pikmin 2 has its own charms, and I never really realized how much of a black sheep it was in the series until I discovered the magic of the internet. But maybe we'll get to talk more about that another day. But on the tangent of Pikmin 1, I think the most important thing I could bring up about Pikmin is, like, if I had to speedrun a game, this would be the game I speedrun. Though I wouldn't want to speedrun it even then. Because I like taking advantage of pausing and just thinking out my actions. I care more about trying to do as much as I can in a particular time frame than I do about just trying to do it as quickly as possible. And it may not make sense out of the context of this game, but hopefully you're following my logic and understanding within the context of the game. As I said before, there's just always room to improve. Whenever I think I'm doing things as quickly as possible, I discover a new way to do them even more efficiently. And I haven't even looked up too many things online about, like, I haven't watched playthroughs of the legendary 7-day run itself. I've only heard of it. So I know there's things that I can do to improve, do things even better than I'm already doing. And yeah, I feel like I've already done better on this playthrough than I have on any previous one. It's all part of the magic of Pikmin for me. The weirdest thing about Pikmin, though, is the fact that it's a game that I adore as a series even. It's probably one of those games that I've had the least amount of time physically or directly owning. Because a lot of my memories with Pikmin, the childhood memories, were all from renting it at places like Blockbusters. Only 90 kids will remember Blockbuster. During those rental days, I played a lot with my sister, and even though we never really had much of an appeal towards the multiplayer element in the few places they exist in the series, we kind of more like co-opted it, like took turns with the single player, and then talked amongst each other while we were playing the game, and just had a lot of magical moments like that, where we were able to bond just over this game. And I think that's part of the charm of it too. To try to put it simply, Pikmin is just a good couch game. I wish I could remember why that is, but I think it's just because of the strategic elements and just so much action going on when you're trying to play this game as efficiently as possible. Even if your buddies aren't playing alongside you, there's still playing for them to do just from watching you, and who knows, you can like help each other out as you're playing for the game if one person notices something while the other person is playing. Plus, it's always fun when the shenanigans start to roll, especially in good old Pikmin 2. A game with lots of shenanigans is always fun to do a couch play. Like, those are the type of games that are fun to play together when only one person can technically play, if you're following my drift. Aw man, are we almost at the end of the day already? Feels like I've only just got started talking about everything great about this game. Like all the college memories I've had. And a little bit of fun trivia. I have played the Pikmin games in order. 1 and then 2 and then 3. But I've actually owned them in the reverse order. When Pikmin 3 came out, the rental scene was pretty much dead, at least the way I was familiar with it. So it was at the point of like, screw it, I like this series, I'm just gonna buy the game. And then Pikmin 2, I eventually got the urge, because it was also on the Wii U, and they had that sale that I would just buy that, because that's actually my favorite Pikmin game. Except maybe 3. I love them so much for completely different reasons. And then I finally decided to get Pikmin 1 for this Let's Play. Yes! All this gameplay is technically my first playthrough on this file. As I said, Pikmin's a very short game, so I have beaten it several times. But when this is all said and done, this will technically be my first time beating Pikmin on a game that I've actually owned. Like I said, I've played and beaten Pikmin several times in various forms, whether it be renting it out until I beat it, or playing it at a friend's place. This is just a game I can't get away from. I guess it took me so long to cover on the channel just because it took me so long to actually own it. Probably because it's a really dangerous thing to have in my adult life, considering what I've just told you about how I get playing this game. Still, I'm glad I saved it for now, because I'll be honest, I haven't had a game with this huge of an emotional connection to play for a good long time. Hopefully some of that gets reflected in the commentary of this playthrough. If not, hopefully my skills make up for the lack of greatness in said commentary. Anyways, yeah, I can't believe that we're finally done with the day. It really stinks that, because I got so much more to talk about. I feel like I get really caught up in the heat of the moment, even when I'm post-commentating it. But I guess I'll have to make put some time aside to actually do more story time with JackitK. I'm sure I can think up of a few more things I put my heart to it. 5 days since impact. The Pikmin that did not bring back the onion all vanished overnight. It may well be that they've fallen prey to the planet's nocturnal creatures, an ugly thought. Perhaps that is why they're falling back up the atmosphere. Yeah, one carelessly lost in battle, one left behind. Definitely could have done that a lot better. Is it worth redoing the recording again for it, though? Not really. We'll have to think of some other format where we can just do the same thing over and over after this playthrough is done. Either way though, thank you all for tuning in. Really glad I got a moment to actually get a little personal with this game. I know that's pretty much the biggest magic of the Let's Play, and I'm glad I finally was able to live myself up to it. Either way, next time we play, we will go back to the Forest Navel and finish it up. I know I'm very tempted to just start that second last area and get it done and over with, but I think for the sake of efficiency, it would be much better if I finish what I started. Either way, I hope to see you all for the next one, and take care.